Hey everybody, my name is Steven and you guys are watching the Fowler Airgun channel. And today we're going to be revisiting the Venturi Avenger in 25 caliber. And we're going to be shooting out at our 65 yard target on our range today. And also I just want to bring this people's attention. A lot of people are asking me about this, about the picking up the blown out tires off the side of the highway. And this is just what I do. I cut them with a skill saw with a metal wood blade, and I just kind of layer them over the backs of my boards so that generally what will happen most of the time is that they will go through the plywood and hit the rubber and generally bounce off and either stick back into the plywood or fall down or get wedged in between. I've not had anything, including the 457 Texan, penetrate these tires, and the reason why specifically I like to use the tires is because they run steel wire through the tires, and the belted, especially the belted tires, are really great. But they run steel through the rubber. So it's just that little bit of extra protection. I know people have said, you know, why not use rubber doormats, things like that. But anyways, this video is not about that. This video is about the Venturi Avenger. Let's get down range here, 65 yards, get set up. Alright everybody, so we're back down range, and we have with us today here the Venturi Avenger in 25 caliber. And we're going to be shooting out at 65 yards today. I do have the chronograph. It is pretty shady underneath of here, and I've had some lighting issues with my chronograph, so don't hold your breath on getting any fantastic numbers or readings here. Generally I can pull chronograph readings out in the sun somewhere else for you guys if anybody really needs to see them. So what I want to discuss with you guys today is I've had this rifle for right under a month, and I've kind of just been, you know, setting it to the side, do a little video here and there, and I get busy. I get wrapped up in other rifles and other things. So anyways, I decided to bring it out yesterday and kind of mess with the tuning a little bit and see what I could do with this thing. So I brought it out to the range and I ran probably about 5 or 6 different types of pellets and slugs through this thing. Messed with the adjustments, really got the feel for them, including adjusting the regulator, which I now have set. And it's just backed off a little bit from factory, so it's shooting a little bit lower on the regulator. And what I've realized about the spring adjustment is that if you turn it all the way in, you usually get back out, or turns from all the way out to in is usually, it's about 4.5. That's what I've realized. So if you take the Allen key and you stick it in, you start clockwise, and you rotate it all the way, and let's say you're tightening, you're going clockwise. Okay, you get about 4.5 turns until this thing pretty much bottoms out. I don't like to, you know, as hard as it'll go, just to where I feel like it's snug and it's done what it needs to do. So we have this thing backed off right now to I took it all the way to the maximum, and I backed it off 3/4 of a turn. And I found that what we're going to be shooting here today are the Predator Polymags. They're 26 grain. They are polymer tipped. And these are not Polymag shorts, these are just the original Polymags. So these are 26 grain, and they are polymer tipped, like hunting type pellets. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot this thing out at 65 yards and see what we're getting for accuracy. We are at a full fill, so we are right at 3 bar. And we're just going to see what kind of accuracy we get here out at 65 yards. And unfortunately I don't have a camera up down range today, but we will take a walk down there. So without further ado, we are loaded up with our first shot. We have the chronograph on. Let's see what kind of numbers, or what kind of accuracy we're getting out of 65, guys. Hopefully you can see the chronograph here. Hopefully we even get anything from it. Like I said, don't hold your breath. Don't be upset. Don't be offended. But we're going to do the best we can here today. So again, shooting out at 65 yards using Predator Polymags. Here we go. .985. .976. 972, and We're shooting off the Caldwell Precision turret today, which I personally have grown fond of. We have a slight wind shifting kind of from the left, out of the left and the right. I pulled that shot terribly, guys. That's a 959. That will be the shot far out to the left, and I definitely pulled that one. $9.49. $9.45. And $9.39 for the finish. Empty magazine. So we did get chronograph readings, which is good. A lot of people have been asking for them. So this is me tuning, or my version of a tune anyways, on the Venturi Avenger. It's 25 cal. Like I said, if you bottom it out clockwise all the way in is the maximum spring tension you can put on this. I backed it out 3/4 of a turn, and I adjusted the regulator from the factory setting, excuse me, roughly about a 1/4 turn back. So not a whole lot of adjustment, but this is the accuracy we're getting, guys. Let's go take a look at it here. We'll walk down here and have a look. Alright, so here we are approaching our 65-yard target. There you go, guys. How about that for a group right there? I do not have my caliper with me, so unfortunately we're not gonna. This is the shot that I pulled right here. I am 100% certain, guys, that this is entirely my fault. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we're gonna get right back down here for the remainder of this video. We're gonna keep this board the way it is. We're gonna come up to here, and we're gonna just run it as it is with a fresh magazine, where the regulator stands and where the pressure stands, and just see what kind of accuracy we're getting. And then, just for the heck of it, I am going to, so we got 8-round magazine, so I'm going to shoot next 8 right here, which, guys, this is 8 rounds right here. I mean, even if you really wanted to count this being my mistake here, okay, we're looking at 2.5, maybe 3 inches right here, guys. 65 yards. I mean, come on, man, that's a heck of a group, guys. And then I may even push it out to our 75 yard. Actually, it's technically 76 yards. So I may push it out there just to see what kind of drop we're getting from 65 to 75, 76. So bear with me, guys. Let's get back down range. Let's get our magazine loaded back up, and let's shoot. All right, everybody. So we're back down range. We just saw our first magazine of the 25 caliber Venturi Avenger at 65 yards. Amazing grouping. We're going to clean that up a little bit, and we're sitting right at about 20, maybe 2,500 psi. Started at a 3,000 psi fill. So here we go, guys. Remember, we are shooting at the top right of the target, and we have our chronograph set up, so let's get you guys pointed down range here, so hopefully you guys can see some numbers for yourselves. Alright, first shot, Predator Polymags, 26 grain, I have a 25 caliber Venturi Avenger. .907. .901. .892. .884. 880, and I'll tell you, this Caldwell precision turret really helps, guys. Get yourself a nice rest. 875. $861. And we just got an error on the chronograph. Luckily that was our last shot. Magazine is empty. Let's go down range and take a look and see what we're getting down here, guys. Alright, so here we are, approaching our 65-yard target. And here's our grouping, guys. We're aiming here. We're getting a little wind out here. You can see it's a little breezy. It's a little breezier than it actually looks, but so we're getting, it's a great grouping right here, guys. And you know, like I said, this was right here, first magazine off the regulator, second magazine. I mean, at 65 yards, guys, even with this spread here, you're only looking at 2.5 inches, maybe 2 1/4, somewhere around there. So great grouping, guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. We're going to reload the magazine. We're going to check our pressure, check our regulator, see where we're sitting. And I'm going to put a few out at our 76-yard target and see what we're getting there. Alright, everybody, so we are back down range, and we have our third magazine loaded with the Predator Polymags, 26 grain. These are not Polymag shorts. Okay, we are sitting right at just at 2,000 psi. I'm not sure if you can really tell, and we have not quite fallen out of the regulator. We are still right there in it, so we may fall out of the regulator right on that, right towards that last, I'm saying last 2 or 3 shots probably. But let's find out. I have the chronograph set up and see what kind of results we're getting downrange here. We are going to be shooting out at 76 yards this time. And hopefully our chronograph will cooperate with us. It may not. It likes to do what it likes to do. Alright, everybody, I am going for top left on the target board downrange, and see what kind of action we get out at 76 yards. The wind's picked up a little bit. It's moving my flags down there a little bit, but that's alright. It's shaking the trees a bit, but we'll live. Not a bad drop, guys, from here. Not a bad drop. Jeez, guys, even at 76 yards, that was pretty much a hold shot there. And unfortunately, we're going to let me put this gun on safety and see if we can't reset this chronograph here. I know a lot of people like to see chronograph numbers, and I absolutely like to see chronograph numbers, so see if we can manage something here with it again. Another error. Well, looks like it's going to be error fun from the chronograph the whole way. And we are getting a fantastic group. Look at that. We got 825 off the chronograph. Another error. Ugh, I kind of pulled that one there. And let's put this on safety and let's see where we're at with the regulator here. Okay, so right here we have just officially on the manometer just touched the yellow. So We are just now falling out of the regulator. Let's see what happens here. So, last shot dropped a little bit there. So let's see what happens here. Oh, it would help to load another round, right? Alright, here we go, guys. Yeah, you can start to see it now. It's really starting to drop. So I'm expecting this last shot to drop quite a bit more as well. Looks like it's dropping about maybe an inch at a time. That's it. Alright, we're on safety. Our magazine is empty. And let's see where that puts us. So that just barely takes us, 3 magazines just barely takes us right into the yellow on the regulator. And we are at, still not quite into yellow, but we are right there at it. We are right at about a 1600, 1700 PSI. Let's get downrange and check some accuracy. I think you guys are going to be pretty happy with this. Alright, so bear with me, everybody, because this is a little bit of rocky terrain back here. So here is our 65 yard. This is going to be our first magazine here, fresh off the regulator at a full fill. Okay, and then this is our second magazine here. And then we went out to 76 yards and shot us a group out here, 8 rounds. Whoop. And I personally was very pleased with this, guys. I mean, come on, we're talking about a $300 gun here at 76 yards. And there it is here, okay? This are your shots right here. So you got 1, 2, it looks like multiple punched here, and then this is where it started dropping down out of the regulator, and actually the last 2 shots punched right here. So guys, all in all, we're talking about a $300 PCP air rifle, entry level PCP 25 caliber air rifle, and this is 76 yards, guys. And we're making a group, even if you fall off at a regulator and you really kind of just, if you really want to measure this out, I mean, we're looking at a spread of maybe 3, maybe 3.5 inches, 3.5 inch spread at 76 yards. To me, that's good accuracy. Like I said, I did mess with the tuning a little bit on this rifle, so I got a chance to kind of play with it. Yesterday I come out and shoot a little bit over the chronograph and a little bit and just kind of see where this thing was sitting. I feel like that's where I'm going to leave it at. I plan on getting rid of this rifle. Not because I don't like it, it's business. But hey, I just wanted to say, on that note, if you guys have any questions, please make sure you leave a comment. Unfortunately, for 30 days, I will not be available on Facebook. So, for the time being, if you need anything from me, please find me here. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure if you like my videos, you hit the like button below, and make sure you hit subscribe to follow me for more. Thanks for watching.